Next tonight, a teenage neo-Nazi from Nottingham has been jailed for what a judge has described as a serious terrorist offence. Connor Scothern recruited for a banned white supremacist group called National Action. The trial heard that Scothern became a die-hard Nazi after spending a short time as a practising Muslim. Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball reports.
Scothern was arrested at his home here on Bagnall Avenue. One neighbour told us he confronted the teenager over a swastika flag on his bedroom wall. Today, Scothern's been sentenced for a terrorist offence. A selfie making a Hitler salute. This is Connor Scothern in front of a Union Jack emblazoned with a swastika, part of a group of fanatics who wanted to turn Britain into a Nazi state. The trial heard that Scothern joined National Action after dabbling with communism and even changing religion. He's still a teenager.
Connor Scothern previously had been a Muslim. He looked at other types of ideology before being drawn into this group, drawn into that extreme right-wing ideology. He was encouraging others and becoming a key linchpin. He was a real recruiter. He was trying to bring new members into National Action.
This was the public face of National Action before it was banned just over 3 years ago under the same anti-terrorism law as the so-called Islamic State. But Scothern's one of several members who went underground. Some of them posed in front of the War Memorial at Nottingham's General Cemetery. Second on the left in this grainy photo is Daniel Bogonovich from Leicester, a National Action leader. On the right you can see Connor Scothern making another Nazi salute. And this is Scothern in a Nottingham pub celebrating his 16th birthday with a group of neo-Nazis. One of them, Robbie Mullen, eventually blew the whistle on a murder plot by revealing details to this leading campaigner.
It wasn't just boys mucking around. These misfits were obsessing about using rape and sex as a weapon against their enemies. And let's not forget, it was people who had been involved in this organisation who plotted to murder a Labour MP. They had a plan that when there were 3 Islamist terror attacks in this country, they would respond with one of their own. You know, that's not acceptable. You know, we're not playing cricket or football, whether they're ISIS, IRA or National Action. You know, if people plan to kill, the government has to deal with them.
Here, Connor Scothern's at a National Action demo in Darlington. He was driven there by a British soldier who used to be based in Rutland. Mikko Vivalainen served with the Royal Anglian Regiment. At his home, the police found this, an arsenal of guns, knives and crossbows.
They are diehards in the way that they think. They hark back to the days of not just anti-Semitism, but Holocaust, the Third Reich in Germany. They are doing this for a particular purpose, which is to terrorise.
This is exactly the same ideology behind the murder of 50 people in New Zealand. This is exactly the same ideology behind the murder of Joe Cox MP. This is exactly the same ideology behind the murder of a man outside Finsbury Park Mosque. Their ambition was to prepare for a race war.
Scothern's been sentenced today with 3 other members of National Action for what the prosecution described as Nazi terrorism.
And Jeremy, Connor Scothern was very young when he got involved with National Action. Was anything done to try and stop him?
Yeah, we heard, Anne, that even his own dad tried to challenge him, sending a series of texts asking if he was being brainwashed or groomed, warning he might get attacked as well. But Scothern replied, "I'd rather be stabbed than submit to my enemies," and told his dad, "Either fight for your own kind or be a traitor."
And what sentence was he given?
Well, because he's so young, the judge has only sentenced him to 18 months youth detention. But he said Scothern wanted to be a violent, racist revolutionary. He was trying to undermine this country's values and security. He was future leadership material, we heard, for National Action. We also heard that he paid for hundreds of stickers calling for a final solution.
And there were others who were jailed today.
Yeah, one of them was a woman called Alice Cutter. Now, she bizarrely took part in a Miss Hitler beauty pageant. She was jailed for 3 years. Her ex-partner, Mark Jones, got 5.5 years. He was one of the organisers. And the judge said their objectives included ethnic cleansing and an all-white state.
OK, Jeremy, we'll leave it there. Thank you.